A dramatic twist has shattered one of the most closely watched legal battles facing President Donald Trump. The New York Appeals Court had thrown out the massive financial penalty, almost $500 million, that had been imposed on him in the civil fraud case brought forward by New York's Attorney General. The ruling, announced on Thursday, does not fully clear Trump of wrongdoing. The court affirmed that he remains liable for fraud, but the judges determined that the staggering fine demanded by the state went too far. This decision now pushes the case into the next stage of legal review, keeping the spotlight on Trump as he continues to juggle courtroom fights along his role as president. The opinion handed down by the appeals panel was not unanimous, signaling division even among the judges. But in the majority view, the judges were clear. The nearly $500 million disgorgement order, essentially a directive to hand over profits, was unconstitutional. They pointed directly to the 8th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which prohibits excessive fines and punishments. In their written judgment, the judges praised the aspects of the lower court's decision, noting that the injunctive relief, that is, measures designed to restrict Trump and his company from certain business practices, was well crafted and appropriately targeted. But when it came to the financial punishment, the court drew a firm line. The opinion stated, and I quote, "While the injunctive relief ordered by the court is well crafted to curb defendants' business culture, the court's disgorgement order, which directed that defendant pay nearly $500 million to the state of New York, is an excessive fine that violated the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution." End of quote. This is not the end of legal road. Trump remains legally tied to the fraud findings, meaning the core allegations that he and his business misrepresented property value and financial information stand. What has changed is the financial weight of the penalty, which now heads back into legal review and may end up being recalculated or reconsidered in a different way. For Trump, who has long argued that the case is politically motivated and unfair, the decision marks a significant, though partial, victory. Instead of facing an immediate crushing bill that would have drained resources, he now has breathing room. But the label of fraud liability still hangs over him, and that could carry long-term consequences for his business and reputation. For the state of New York and Attorney General Letitia James, the setback is clear. A major penalty they fought for has been struck down, but they still hold a legal victory in keeping the fraud liability intact. The battle is now less about whether Trump was responsible and more about what punishment law actually allows. The case remains one of the several major legal challenges Trump faces, each with its own stakes and potential fallout. But this latest ruling underscores how unpredictable the judicial system can be even in the amongst high-profile cases.